Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel, where today is a very exciting day in the Tech Giant household because I'm going to be unboxing and testing out a TV that you've all been dying for me to get my hands on, and a TV that I've been dying to get my hands on, and that TV is this 65-inch LG G4 OLED with stand. So yes, you did hear me correctly. This year we do have the option for the TV to come with a tabletop stand. But if you prefer, you can have the regular slim mount wall bracket, which we've seen on previous G-series TVs. Now, as much as I'm dead excited to rip this box open, I've just got to quickly say a massive thanks to Peter Tyson, who were kind enough to send over this TV for testing. Now, if you are looking to purchase a new TV, then I would really appreciate if you would consider making that TV purchase from Peter Tyson, as there are some great reasons. So if we were to take this G4 for example, you'll be able to take advantage of the free 5-year warranty, the free home delivery, and the up to 36 months interest-free credit. And on top of that, you're going to get great customer service. And if you don't believe me, go and check out their reviews on Trustpilot. They are top tier. So many great reasons there to consider making your next TV purchase from Peter Tyson. And don't forget, if this isn't the TV for you, they've got a whole range of other makes and models available, and all at great prices. So go and check out their link in the description for this TV and see what amazing deal you can bag for yourself. Now, if you are new to the channel, the way that I'm going to do this video is by first starting off taking a look around the outside of the box. Then we get the TV out of the box and we'll take a look at all the supplied accessories and look around the back of the TV at all the inputs and outputs. Once we've done that, we're going to get the TV wall mounted. Yes, I know it comes with a tabletop stand, but I will be wall mounting it with my own wall mounting bracket. I'll then set the TV up and then we will test out the picture and the sound and go through some of the menus. Okie dokie, let's crack on then. And first we're going to take a look around the outside of the box. So as we can see, this is the LG OLED Evo 65G4. Now if we move just down, we can see an outline there of the TV and we can see that tabletop stand. Moving across to the middle, and we can also see this has the new Alpha 11 AI processor 4K, brightness booster max, WebOS, ThinQ AI, Chromecast built in, works with Apple AirPlay, works with Apple Home. Moving to the top right hand corner, and we can see it's the world's #1 OLED TV for 11 years. That's a pretty good claim to fame. Moving down a little bit more and we come to our energy ratings, which are both rated at an F. Then we can see this is 2024 new and 164 centimeters or 65 inches. And finally, we have matter. Let's now move on and take some measurements of the box. A lot of people find this handy because it is pretty useful information to have if you potentially want to transport this in a car, or maybe store it somewhere, like underneath the Christmas tree, as a gift to yourself. And hey, why not? So let's first take the longest measurement, and that comes in at 158.5 centimeters. Moving on to the depth, and that is coming in at 16.5 centimeters. And then finally we move on to the height, and that is coming in at 97.5 centimeters. So we've now come to the time that I've really been looking forward to, and it may be August, but I gotta say it feels like Christmas Day to me. I've been so dying to get my hands on this TV because I've come from the G3 OLED as my main daily TV, and this will be its replacement. So, got the scissors at hand. Let's cut these straps. Got a bit of tape on top, break that seal, no going back now, I'm committed. That's it, it's officially mine. So I'll find out it's broken. Nah, only kidding, no, I shouldn't say that. Be my luck, it will be. So we've got a few things going on in here, in the lid. few components, I'm guessing, for the stand, and a bag of goodies there with the remote. Don't want to see what that's like this year. Has it changed? And there we go. So if you want to come in a bit closer, you get a first look at that beautiful TV. So another component in the back just there, and another piece which I'm guessing is the base of the stand. Now we've got the TV out of the box, let's take a look around the back of it. And this year we have something different. So we're going to start off at the top and see what this difference is. And this difference is this cover plate. Now that's normally not there, but if I lift it up, we can see that is covering up where you would mount the flush fit wall mount bracket. So it's nice that if you are putting it on the tabletop stand, that is going to look nice and neat and tidy. Moving on down, and we have 4 holes there where if you want to attach your own wall mount brackets like I am. Moving on down again, and we come to our power cable. Now I'm going to measure that in a minute, but once again, LG, what are you doing? You're trying to finish me off, I swear. It is fixed. Once again, that's not ideal. Love to see them change that, where we can just simply unplug it and put a longer one on if we wish. But yeah, I think that's wishful thinking with LG. Moving on down again, and we have this button just there. It's quite discreet, but you'd use this if, say, you've lost your remote control, or if you're just near the TV and you want to control it. That will allow you to control the basic menus and functions. Now, just moving up from that, and we have these little cable tidies just there, so you can run all your cables through those and up to all the inputs and outputs. So here we have inputs and outputs for IR blaster, satellite and antenna cable, optical digital audio out, LAN, and then HDMI number 4 and 3. Moving along again, we have a couple of USBs. Moving around to the side, and we come to the other 2 HDMIs, which are number 1 and 2. 2 being marked up as ARC, eARC, and I'm pleased to say that all 4 are HDMI 2.1, so you are good for 4K 120. Moving along again, and we have a further 3rd USB, and then finally we have a common interface. Now let's measure that fixed power cable, and my tape measure says that it comes in at 225 centimeters. Now let's measure those wall mounting bracket holes. So they come in at 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters. Onto the supplied accessories now then, and what delights do we have in these bags? Well, first off, we have this little bit of plastic trim. And this will sit on the back of the TV. As you can see, we've got a lot of these lugs there, got these holes, and that will sit like so, covering up all the cables. Next, we come to what I believe is going to be the base of the tabletop stand. Now, to be fair, it's pretty thick, pretty weighty. Not as thick as what you get on some of the Samsung TVs, but still pretty hefty. Got these pads on the bottom there. That's going to make sure it's not going to scratch anything that you put it down on. Now on the back of this as well, we do have some instructions, and it shows us some pieces there, which we're going to now move on to. So we have that piece like that, looks like a plastic cover. Obviously these are all parts of the stand. Got another piece just there. We will be doing a dedicated video where we put this stand together. So make sure you subscribe for that if you're interested. And then we've got that final piece like so, which again is just going to sit on the back of the TV. Onto the accessories bag now then. And what goodies do we have in here? So first up, we have our IR blaster. Then we have a few packets of screws there, and again, looks like some sort of cable tidy going on. Moving on, and we have our energy rating stickers there. Don't know what you're going to do with them, I mean, really. A bit of a waste. So yeah, all those sort of pamphlets and stuff like that going on. Then we have some AAA batteries. And of course, that's going to be for our remote control. So, has it changed? Have we got an upgrade? No. That'll be a no then. So, removing the protective film off of that. Still satisfying. And there we go. Yeah. Same old thing. Bit cheap, if I'm being honest. Could do with a better quality remote control. But if you've not seen one of these before, it's like a Wii remote control. So you just point at the screen, you move it about, and the pointer on the screen moves about with the remote control. We've got shortcuts on there. We've got Netflix, Prime Video, Disney, so on and so forth. Got this little scroll wheel in the middle, so you can scroll that up and down. And that is also your enter button. And it also has a microphone up top there, so you can use the voice recognition. Now we've come to my favourite time of any TV unboxing, if it has a protective film. And I'm pleased to say this one does. Now we do have a pull tab down here, but I've managed to pick away at this corner, and I'm going to start up there first. So here we go. I am lucky to be able to do so many of these in a year. So obviously it would normally cost thousands of pounds to be able to do this. When you consider you've got to buy the TV to do it. Oh, never gets boring. Oh, it smells lush. Oh, that is proper factory fresh. It smells like a marker pen. Now that we've got the TV up on the wall, got it plugged into the mains, got a red LED indicator to tell us that we are getting power to the TV. So all that there is left to do is turn on the TV for the very first time. Right, so we had a little bit of a glitch going on there on that boot up sequence. So hopefully the TV's all good. Shouldn't be doing that, I'm pretty sure. But as we can see, it says press the OK in brackets wheel on your remote. So that is that button there. We're going to press that. Now we're moving on to language. It's just popped up saying the Magic Remote is connected successfully. So my language, English, and we're going to move on to next. Country now, and I'm in the UK, so moving on to next again. Now we're getting the audio guidance feedback, and it's asking, do I want to keep the audio guidance turned on? We've got yes and no, and I'm going to turn it off. So now we've got two ways to set up the TV. So we can set up using a mobile device or set up using the remote control. So I'm going to go on ahead and set it up using the remote control. Now before I start taking you guys around some of the menus, we're going to take a look at the design of the TV now it's up on the wall. So let's move around to the side first and see how thin or thick this TV is. So if I put my finger up there as some sort of reference, so it is thicker than the Samsung S95D OLED. As you can see, we've got that little bit of a lump there as well, but it is the same from top to bottom, but still very nice looking indeed. Got a brushed finish on the side there in silver. Moving around, and we can see that the borders on this TV are very thin indeed. Now it's something that I do particularly like, which I wasn't so keen on the Samsung S95D, and that is this bit just here. Now a lot of TVs will have these, so this will house your sensors and that touch control, but I like the fact that it's in the middle, giving it a nice look. And other TV manufacturers put them off to one side, don't like that, think it looks a little bit untidy. So I've got to hand it to LG, top marks for the design. Moving on now to the menus, and currently we are on the home menu, and if you could see on the left hand side we have some shortcuts here. So we've got the account there, notifications, our settings, search, and that one is our TV guide. Now moving across, and we come to this advertising banner. Don't like this sort of thing. I think it's a little bit too much and in your face. Now, if we move down from that, and we have these, which are like tabs. So we've got ones there for home office. And yeah, how am I forgetting? We've got the magic pointer on the go. So yeah, excuse me for failing to point that out. So as you can see, we've got that there. Just move it around and that pointer follows the direction that I'm pointing the remote. But of course, you can use the directional buttons if you so wish. So yeah, these tabs, we've got home office, games, music, home hub, sports, accessibility and edit. So if we go to the edit list, we can simply move these around if we so wish to another location or remove them. Coming back out of that now, and we come down to our apps. So of course we have an app store just there with plenty of apps to choose from, but the inbuilt ones are along here. Now I'm in the UK, so it may differ depending on where you are in the world, but here in the UK we've got Now, Netflix, we've got BBC iPlayer, ITVX, 4 and My5, so that's great. We've got all the main UK TV catch-up services, Prime Video, Disney+, Apple TV, Rakuten, YouTube, Roxy, Shoptime, BBC Sounds, then we've got Sports, Home Hub, Always Ready, Web Browser, Media Player, Amazon Alexa and Camera. And finally at the end we've got the edit app list, and again we can move those apps around if we so wish and put them in a different order. Now moving away from the apps bar, and if we move down we come to recent inputs and we have trending now, so plenty of recommendations going on. Moving down again, we've got now streaming on various channels, then we've got Shoptime there, Life's Good Hub, so on and so forth. Not as much as you get on a Samsung TV, but still quite a bit going on. Now if we move back up and we go across to those settings and click the OK button, we come to our quick settings. Now these will stop us having to go into the main settings and search through lots of things. So we've got shortcuts here for pitch mode, OLED pixel brightness, sound mode, sound out, so on and so forth. Now if we was just to click on one, as you can see, that jumps straight into that picture mode and we can scroll through the various ones directly from there. Don't worry about what settings on at the moment. I have not set up the TV. Now, if we go up to this pencil icon up the top and we click on that, we can go to plus, and that brings up other ones that we can add to the list and we can take away from the list as well to suit our preferences. Let's now go into our main settings. Now we can click on that settings cog just there, or if I come out of that, grab my remote control, hold down on the settings button for a long press, and there we go, we get up our main settings. So we've got our picture modes there. At the moment it's in the factory standard one, so we've got personalized picture, vivid, standard, auto power save, yuck, you don't want that, cinema, sports, game optimizer, film maker mode, expert bright space, expert dark space. Now coming out of that and moving on down, we come to our personalized picture wizard. Now this is pretty handy if you find it quite daunting when setting up the picture on a TV. This will put up various images and it will just get you to select which image you think's best, and from those the AI will then produce an image that's dedicated to you in a way that you should like. And then that will be saved to our picture modes. Now moving down again, we come to our advanced settings. In here we've got settings for brightness, color, clarity, we've got filmmaker mode toggle there and reduce blue light toggle as well. Backing out and then we come to sound. So in here we've got our select mode again for the sound options. We'll test out the sound in a bit. We've got AI Sound Pro, Standard Cinema, Clear Voice Pro, Sports Music and Game Optimizer. Then we've got sound out. So in here we can just use the TV speakers, use wired speakers, use wireless speakers, use external speakers with TV speakers. Then we come to our advanced settings, lots going on in here. So again, this is pretty good. We've got Dolby Atmos, got a toggle for that, balance, apply to all inputs. We can decide if we have got the TV on a stand or wall mounted, it will adjust the same to suit. And again, plenty of other options there too. Now we come down to general. Now in here we've got our accessibility settings. So there we go, audio guidance, audio description, so on and so forth. Quite a few going on there. Backing out of that, we've got always ready. So we can enable this function from here. Then we've got AI service. So in here, we've got things like AI Picture Pro, AI brightness settings, AI genre selection, AI Sound Pro, and then AI acoustic tuning. That's very good. You use the inbuilt mic on the remote control. For the TV to send out a signal, mic picks that up and adjusts the sound according to your viewing environment. Very clever indeed. And then moving down, and we have some more settings just there. Backing out of that, and then we have our OLED care. Now this is good to keep our OLED screen in tip-top condition. So we've got care picture settings, we've got off, comfort mode, theatre mode, kids care mode. Then we've got OLED panel care. So we've got pixel cleaning. If we notice anything a bit dodgy going on with the display, we can run that and hopefully it will clear it up. We've got screen move, adjust logo brightness and care recommendations. Then we've got family settings, program, network, external devices and system. Now we've got language, location, time timer, safety, additional settings and reset to initial settings. Then finally we have our support, and I think the main one in here that you're all going to want to know about is the software update. You can go in here and perform a software update if there is one, and you can toggle it on or off if you want those software updates to install automatically. One other thing I will want to point out as well is the memory optimizer. This can be handy if the TV's running a little bit sluggish, maybe too many apps sort of open in the background. You can run that and it will shut things down that you may be not using and hopefully speed things back up again. Okie dokie, moving on to some demo footage now then, and this is in 4K HDR, and this TV looks absolutely mental. As I always say, you need to really see it in person. You won't get the full effect looking through camera, but my God, it is absolutely breathtaking. The colours look mega. The brightness is just unbelievable. And at the moment, we are just in the standard picture mode. I've made a couple of adjustments, but yes, it is just in the standard picture mode at the moment, so it can go a lot brighter. Now, what I will be doing for a change is actually playing some Hollywood blockbuster movies. Now, what you've got to remember is that when I do show you the footage in a bit, I can't show you it all in one go due to copyright reasons. So what will happen is the video will be split up into small segments, but it'll give you a good idea of what the picture is like on this TV. Again, just looking at it here, the detail is just absolutely crazy. Processing wise, I think this TV has got it nailed. Moving on to the next scene, and this was from a recent trip to New York City. Again, this is in 4K HDR, and it just looks so crisp. This was all just shot on my own iPhone, and again, it's just crazy how good the image can look with footage like that. But the TV, I've got to be honest, is doing all the hard work here. And this G4 doesn't disappoint at all. It is so bright. And like I said, we are in the standard picture mode. But I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll grab the remote control for a second and do, like I always say, we do the unthinkable, put it into vivid, and now it's really jumped up in brightness. Honest to God, it's like the sun there. It is just like the sun is actually in the room. It is absolutely beaming. Honest to God, it's just so hard to get across how good the image does look on this TV. I've got to say it, it's got to be one of the best, if not the best TV that I have ever tested in my life. And I am actually going to be doing a test between this TV and one of its rivals, the Samsung S95D OLED, and that should be an interesting comparison. On to the final piece of my footage now then, before we get on to the Hollywood blockbuster stuff. And again, it just looks absolutely stunning. Honest to God, it is mind-blowing. I can't believe I've got one of these TVs, and this is my TV to keep. And I'm going to have hours of fun watching content back on this TV. I tend to go over the same content again, like films and things like that, as everyone has their favourites and that, and it's always good to watch it back when you get a new TV to see how much better it looks again. But again, on this scene, it looks super, super bright. Again, I've put it back to the standard mode at the moment. If grab the remote and we change that up, again, that's really just jumped up in the brightness levels there. Colours are really popping. Again, it's not the ideal mode to be in, but still it just shows how bright this TV can go. And yeah, honest to God, it doesn't disappoint whatsoever in the brightness department. Again, just check that out. Everything is looking absolutely mental. Oh God, that is just so super, super clear and sharp, but not too sharp. Like I said before, the processing on this, I think LG have really, really nailed it this year. So what I'm going to do now then is fire up some various pieces of footage from some well-known movies. I won't be able to speak, but you will get an idea of how good this TV really looks.
Just press the trigger, the beam comes on, and you put the red dot where you want the bullet to go.
We closed early today.
You can't do that.
Light just broke down. They were come and get me. What? Go to infrared, people. Look sharp. Can't see anything in here.
Let's rock!
It's firing. God damn it. I wanted to hold fire. I want you to lay down a suppressing fire. Phone. You're coming. Where? In the tunnel. Here we go.
Yeah, there's a shooting gallery down there. That's it.
Listen, maybe right.
Movement. Signal's clean. You didn't miss anything. 18.
Almost there. Can't be, that's inside the room.
It's reading right, man. Look.
Well, what did you guys think of that? I was absolutely blown away with the image, and yeah, I'm more than impressed with this TV. Now what we've done, we've just quickly fired up the PlayStation 5, not to do a gaming test. We will do that in a future video with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, but for now we're going to test out the sound. And so far, again, I think the sound is really good, considering how slim the TV is. So what we're going to do is crank it up a bit and go through the various sound modes. So at the moment, if we go to the all settings, so we've got the game dashboard up there, we go to sound. At the moment, it is very loud. I've got to turn it down a bit. We are in the game optimizer mode, so let's crank that up a bit. So we're halfway. That's loud. That is loud. I don't know if you can hear me, but that is proper loud. And that's only halfway. And then we're going to go to music. Bit more muted, not as loud, that is still pretty loud. Then change it up to sports. And then we've got Clear Voice Pro. That's a bit thinner sounding, but of course that's to bring out the voices. Then we've got cinema. Then standard. And then AI Sound Pro. Again, that is loud, but a bit too tinny. If we go back to that game optimizer one there, yeah, And to be fair, that sounds really good. So when it comes to the sound on this TV, I think that is more than adequate for this type of TV, but I always do say that to get the best out of these sort of TVs, you do need a dedicated soundbar or amp and speakers. And there we have it then, guys. So my final thoughts on this TV, well, I've got to be honest, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it to anyone. And I would personally buy one myself. I think it is absolutely cracking. Now, if you have enjoyed today's video, do us a massive favour, reach up and hit that thumbs up button. Really does help the channel out. If you want to see more videos with this TV and also it being compared against the Samsung S95D OLED, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. So, thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on next one. Bye for now.